Welcome to day one of our Shakedown hike, and we are on the long trail heading south from Vermont Route 73, heading towards Bloodroot Gap right now, and I've got a story to tell you when we get there. So this is the long trail heading to Bloodroot Gap. Kind of wet, not too muddy. There's Tupped up ahead. As you can see, there's not much to see. We're at Bloodroot Gap now. Just had lunch. It's windy. It's kind of cold, very cold. But we were here in 2019 on a section hike, and the black flies were terrible. We stealth camped here, and basically we ate dinner with head nets on and jumped into the tents just to escape the bugs. So when we got here in 2019 on our section hike, this sign was actually broken and on the ground, and Tupped and Freight Train actually fixed the sign and put it back up. So we come to this nice stream, waterfall. There's Tupped. So this would be a good spot to get some water if you're in need. Plenty of water flowing. And because the leaves are not on the trees yet, there's a little bit of a view. Out to the east. So when I'd done this section before, was going northbound. We're doing it southbound today, and I definitely am getting more views, and no part of it's because the leaves aren't on the tree, but when you're coming northbound you wouldn't even see this because you're just looking up the hill. Because if you're coming up northbound, you're just looking at the hill you got ahead of you. Whereas southbound, we noticed the view. Day one recap from David Logan shelter. We hiked 8 miles from Route 73 this morning. Got started at 10:15 this morning, got here about 3:30. Took our time, did some trail work on the way, had dinner. It's almost 8 o'clock and we're all ready to be tucked in for the night. We got 5 of us in the shelter. Myself, Tupped, Sandman, stairs, and Wi-Fi. Have a good night, everybody. There's stairs and Wi-Fi. Tupped and Sandman is coming out. This was our home last night. Sandman's finally ready to go, and we've got 11.5 miles to go today. So today is going to be about embracing the suck. It is not raining yet, thankfully, but it's about 45 degrees and very windy. So probably with the wind chill, I'd say in the 30s. But it's not raining yet, and hopefully it won't rain today and we'll luck out and the weatherman is wrong. This is what Tupped enjoys doing on the trail. It's trail maintenance. We always try to leave it a little better than we found it. So this has been the trail today, not much to see. Always doing some trail maintenance. Getting their service in. I'm thankful for whoever did some logging here, because we came through here 2 years ago, there was no views of Chittenden Reservoir, and now we got a really nice view. Fortunately, I think the rain is coming pretty soon, but having a good day overall, getting some trail work done while we're out here. So we were here in 2019 and this was a good water source, so it is a little drier this year for sure. And this is pretty early, Memorial Day weekend, so keep that in mind. So in 2019, when we came through here, this spot was all mud, and Tupped decided that we needed to get a piece of something to help fill in the mud, and what she is standing on now is a wood disc that we found from some cutting up the trail and we brought back and put in here. And my placement was less than stellar because when I dropped it, it splattered mud all over her face. back then. But right now, hey, it's still in there. Day 2 wrap up from inside the tent. We hiked 11.5 miles. The last 5.5 of that was pouring rain. No space in the shelter. Cold, wet. Definitely embraced the suck day. But hey, we survived and got a short trip out in the morning. The boys did great considering the not so great conditions. Looking forward to going home in a nice hot shower. So we're on trail again. Thankfully it's not raining. Everything got pretty wet last night. Trail is not in the best of condition this morning, but not to be expected after a rain. Only 1.4 miles out this morning, and then we're getting picked up and go home, get nice and warm. We've reached the main junction. Long Trail North. That's where we came from. Over here is the Appalachian Trail. You can go all the way to Maine. Let's pan you over this way. This is the former Long Trail, which got rerouted quite some time ago, but it goes by the inn at the Long Trail. Nice place to stay. And Tupt is leaving me on the Long Trail South. We've only got a mile back to the parking lot, where we'll get picked up and go get nice, warm, and dry. So the one thing I think you'll notice when you're hiking the Long Trail is where the first 100 miles, we're at 104 miles where it runs with the Appalachian Trail. It's not necessarily that it's better maintained, because we do a good job on the entire Long Trail, but you get so much more foot traffic that the trail is very well defined. The underbrush doesn't get much of a chance to grow in with so many people going through. We survived the road crossing on Route 4. We have completed our hike safely. This is probably the most dangerous part of the hike.